Hello everyone, I hope that you are doing well. So I'm here on the street, okay, in the city, and this is a sensitive topic today that I'm going to discuss with you, is why are there so many migrants in France? So when I mean migrants, I mean foreigners, okay? I shouldn't say migrants, I should say foreigners. Okay, this is in fact each word has a meaning, and you know they have some positive words and some negative words. Some words you will use them as positive because depends on the idea that if you say migrants, it's always negative. Migrant is negative in French. If you say refugee, it's, oh, le réfugié, a poor guy, he comes here as a refugee. It's a positive meaning, you know. But what I mean is, you can see there are many different people. So you can see the woman over there, maybe she's far away, but she's Arabic. These people here are blacks, here French, white, maybe who knows, you know, all kind of people. So first of all, what you need to know is France has always been a diverse country. You know, France was a colonial empire, so you have all kind of people. So you should not judge people. That's the first thing that I want to tell you. You should not judge people by the way, by the way that they look, by their race or by their skin color. It's meaningless, okay? Don't be judgmental. You have different people, okay, who look different. Some people are old, some people are young, some people are stronger, some people are weaker. Some people are men, some people are women, some people are children, okay? You have all kind. Some people are rich, some people are poor. You have all kind of people. It doesn't matter, so don't judge, don't judge. First thing. Second thing is, you know, there are many people you will see, oh, he's a black, oh, he must be a foreigner. No. There are many black people who have been French for hundreds of years, who were part of the French colony and then took their independence, and they have always been French. Or they came here and they were mixed, and yeah, okay. So you don't judge people based on this, you know. And in fact, there is a value in France that every man is equal. So it means we shouldn't judge others. We shouldn't judge other people. You shouldn't judge other human beings based on their skin color or their wealth or whatever. That being said, I will take on the left. I think if it's open, yeah, it's open. Because there's less noise. Okay, from here. That being said, I can tell you, for me, because I've been here and I know, even though I lived in China many years, I know people. So, and I can tell you, many French people, that's what they do. They see you and they shape their opinion about you. And I guess it's the same in all the countries, all over the world. You see someone and you judge him and you try to find out what is his social position. Is he wealthy? Is he not wealthy? Is he married? What's his background? And for me, since I'm a French national, I've been here for a long time, and I know, I always look at people, then I know. I can see some people, I see, oh, he comes from north of France, or he comes from south of France, or maybe his family came from Italy, or his grandparents or parents came from Spain, or he came from Portugal. I can see. How can I see this? From the face, from the way people dress, from the way people talk, from the clothes, from, of course, the skin color, from many aspects. But it doesn't mean I'm being judgmental, but I just know. And I can tell you, many people, they will judge you all the time. And it's a bit annoying. Honestly, it's a bit annoying, but that's how it is. It's a bit annoying. And this is something that I found out when you live in France, since I came back here with my child. People always try to judge you a little bit, the parents, and then they want their child to be with this kind of person or with that kind of person. Because they judge you and they say, oh, this guy, yeah, I see, he's from the high social level. Did I step on the poo or something? He's from the high social level. Or on the contrary, oh, this guy is not from the very high social level. And that's why you have private school. One aspect is, you have more and more private school. One aspect is people don't want to mix together. They think the education is better in the private school. And of course the education is better because you have only the children of wealthy people, and they will really push the children a lot, so the level is higher, yes. And also maybe the teachers are better. I don't think the teachers are better, but the students are better, yes. In the public school you have all the migrants, or all the foreigners who come to France, and of course for them they come from, it's more difficult. It's not their native language, they don't know about the cultures, they don't know about the ways, it's more difficult. For me, I come back from China, I can tell you it's difficult. For some things it's difficult, even for me, because I've been away for so many years. I come back and I am not sure I know the gesture, the right gesture. How should I deal with this guy? Oh, I understand where he is, where he's down, but what can I do to break the ice? Or, you know, this kind of things. So one aspect is why there are so many foreigners in France. One aspect is France has always been a country where you had foreigners. That was always the strategy of the government in France, to have more population. The idea first was for the war. The idea was to have more soldiers, so we can win the war against the UK, against Germany. We can win the war, so we need more soldiers, so we need more French nationals. Okay. The second thing, however, I think there was always what we say in French, citoyen de première catégorie et citoyen de seconde catégorie. This is something that's a citizen of the first category and second category citizen. And that's, I think that was always the case. And it's not based on skin color, but maybe it plays a part. But the main aspect, but not too much, the main aspect, I think, in my opinion, is the way you behave. The clothes will also matters, but if you walk this way, like I'm walking this way, and you walk and speak a certain way, and you look in the eyes of people, and you speak this way, say, wow, this guy has education. He knows how, if you have good teeth, if you have good haircut, if you have good clothes, that's the traditional education. That's how people were raised. So if you behave in a specific way, and you speak in a specific way, and people know, oh, this guy is from really the high society. No matter what clothes you have. Even now, I can see, that's why there are so many categories of people. You have some foreigners who come to France, they are very wealthy. For instance, you have very wealthy Chinese people. I know some here. Okay, they bought house here in the west side of Paris. This kind of house, you know, I don't know. You know, this one over there is worth 2 million euro. A house like this, you know, like the big one, the red one. Yeah. So they bought this, but even though they bought this, they don't know the French manners. So they can have some interaction with some society, but they will not fit in all the society, you see. But this is how it is. So France is a bit complex for this, if you have to know. And also it really depends where you are. In the countryside there was always the opposition of Paris versus, or the city versus the countryside. And city people, they will say oh, the people from the countryside, and look down on them because they don't know the good manners. They don't know how to get dressed. They don't know how to behave properly. They don't have the knowledge of society. They don't have the knowledge of the books. They don't have the knowledge. And there was always this kind of thinking, because they live as farmers, isolated in their countryside. So their mind is not so open, or there was always this kind of thinking, and it's still there. I think it's still there. Now another thing, in the recent year, of course, why there are so many foreigners in France, in the recent 10 years, there was a huge, there were so many foreigners, look at the grape, who came, oh, it's a beautiful garden, I never saw this one. There were so many foreigners who arrived in France, and they all, so many of, and you can see, and that's why, when I walk here on the streets, you can see, over there I was showing you, oh look, these guys, they are probably, you could see they are black, of course, but just from the way they dress, I will go back if you want, you know that they are from some African countries. You know that they arrived, they were not born here, you know this, just from the way they were dressed. This guy, for instance, he's just a good example, it's not good to show people. I'm not sure 100% for him, I'm not sure, because he's rather well dressed, I'm not sure 100%, honestly. I'm not sure, I cannot say. But these women over there, yeah, you know they were not born here, because they have some traditional clothes, or they have something that you can see. Even for Chinese people, if they see they are here, there are some Chinese people, maybe the race is Chinese or they are Asian Chinese, but they are French. They were born here, and you can see it directly because the way they dress. You can see, oh, she's from here. You know, you can see it directly. I mean, I can see it. I don't know if everybody can see it, but I can see it. You know, so it's more a question of how you dress and how you then how. You know. But just to finish, yeah. So there was a huge coming, and there is a main rule that they applied. The idea was to dispatch a little bit, the foreigners everywhere. Why? Because they thought, okay, people don't integrate very well. They don't mix together very well. It's difficult. So what can we do? So the idea was to say each city in France would have a percentage of foreigner inside the city. So I don't know if I think it's 20% or 10%. So, and I think it's good. It's a good idea. But and it means, for instance, this city where I'm here, there was almost let me tell you, when I was 18 years old, so I'm now 39, so that was like 20 years ago, there was not one black person here. Never. You never saw any. You can walk all day in this part, you never see any black person. The Asian is the same. We will not see any Asian. Maybe Arabs, you would see some Arabs, but not that many, just a few. And now you see you are on the street, you just wait 5 minutes and I don't know. Who knows, I need to go over there, but it's very mixed, you know. And why? Because there's this new law, okay? And this new law, in my opinion, is that it's a good law, it's a good way, because people have to mix together. But in reality, it's not easy. In reality, as happens, as I tell you, the people who are a bit more wealthy, they put their children in the private school. And people who are poor, they stay in the public school. And even in the public school, the parents, they were quite often tell to their children, or they will invite the other children. They say, oh, you can invite this kid, huh? He's very good, you should stay with him. Oh, why don't you invite him? But, no, don't invite him, don't invite this guy. No. Because, yeah, that's how it is. So you get a little bit excluded. If your father is poor, maybe the other one, or if your father is from here. It's a bit sad, but that's the real, I guess we don't live in the utopia, you know, nothing is, let me put this somewhere so I can, yeah, it's not the utopia, and you cannot simply, yeah, I guess, yeah, that's how it is. So anyway, I love you everyone, I hope you like this video, thank you for watching, à bientôt les amis, à bientôt.